today is our 4th annual Pride Special. Can you believe it? We are kicking off this very colorful hour with some spice. Oh yeah. Ooh. You guessed it. We have a fabulous round of hot topics. In today's all-star panel, I have comedian Joe Dombrowski and Climate Pledge chef Molly Demers and our executive producer Joseph Suttner. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Morning, morning.
It is so nice to have you back. I missed you.
I missed you. I'm like home. I'm ready to do this.
Yeah, and you're out of the kitchen this time.
I know it feels good. I feel like
we're having a little chat,
I've arrived. I've arrived.
And oh my gosh, I just dropped a donut. And Joe, it is so nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we have champagne. That's how we invite all of our guests.
It's been a long drink.
Let's
It's a celebration.
Yes, a celebration. So cheers, actually.
Cheers,
to all
cheers,
of you.
cheers.
This is good champagne too. You want to
Yeah.
And we got these glittery donuts from Top Hot.
glittery donuts from Top Pot.
Pride
You know I
edition.
love that glitter.
I know you do.
Yeah, I do. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
I love that Joe asked, are they real?
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of decoupage on here with just subtle hints of gay.
Yes.
They're just like, hey, you're gay.
I see you.
They're looking at it. They're winking.
Oh my
If a donut
gosh.
could wink.
Right,
That's
right.
That's it.
If a donut could wink, it just winked at you. They're delicious. We can try them later. I keep dropping it.
It's all good, you know.
Oh wow, what are you gonna do? All right, I'm so delighted to have you all here because usually with Hot Topics we talk about funny, crazy stuff, but I wanted to have like more of a thoughtful conversation on this morning because we talk about a lot of things, but we were talking lately about all the progress that's been made. There have also been setbacks recently, and it's been really hard for us as a community, as a nation, to deal with that. So I want to ask, what does Pride mean to you today?
Oh, gee,
You get to start.
We're doing it. Honestly, I love that question because it's so unique to each individual. So it's what do you think Pride is? For me, it's about visibility. It's about being able to do what I do and love it and honestly not be held back. I mean, I've been cooking for 22 years and this has been an uphill battle. And I love that you point out that we are progressive and we are having inclusivity, but we're also it's important to talk about the things that are also not so great. And Pride to me is giving that space to be able to express that we've arrived and we're still got a ways to go and a conversation is okay. And that's what it means to me,
Yeah.
I'm one unique person though, so that's my view.
All right.
Yeah. I think it's such an honor and a privilege to live in Seattle, such an accepting area
Right.
where, the rainbow flags are not here only for June. They're always in the windows,
Yes.
and we feel so accepted here. And, we were talking a little bit earlier, coming from places that are not like this traditionally. It's important to do things like this and just live your life publicly so that people can watch this show and clips like this in places where this will never happen, because that's still a reality in the whole world.
Yeah.
So it's about visibility and thinking about those who aren't able to do what we're doing right now.
I love that.
Yeah, well, for me, it's two big things. I think ultimately I would love for someday where we don't have to have a Pride special, where it's not something that we have to, show so much visibility because it's just we're accepted, we're part of society, we're just like everyone else, because we are just like everyone else, obviously.
Yeah.
And I do think, as some darker things have happened along with all the good things, it's really important to take time and space for ourselves in this month, not just at the Pride Parade and at the, all the fun stuff, but like this year I had all of my friends come over for like an intentional moment, like early in June. It's not like a normal, time to celebrate the Pride stuff, just to have time to be together, celebrate ourselves and hold space. I think that's really important in this time.
Yeah, being intentional. And you got married this month, by the way.
I got married Saturday.
So exciting.
I got married Saturday at Chihuly Glass
Look at that.
Gardens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's my husband. Wow, there we go. It's my husband Morgan. He's
so
the reason we
cute.
came out to Seattle. We've been here for about 7 years now. We absolutely love it. Just having the wedding here made us feel so connected to the city. That's our dog Mac. He's gorgeous.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
And it was
cute.
just a beautiful experience, and it was so wonderful to just look around and see all of our people who we love so much here in this city. 95% of our invites were not from Seattle.
Oh, wow.
So we really showed them a good time all
It's a
around.
good
It was
destination
beautiful.
wedding.
Yeah.
It is a good destination.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
happened to be June,
Yeah.
and now Pride is starting. It's unbelievable, yeah.
It was all kismet.
It was very kismet. It was
together.
very
That's so
kismet.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Congratulations.
fantastic.
Yes,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah, okay, cheers to
Thank
you.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's just get
Appreciate
the
it.
champagne done today. I have to say, all three of you work in different fields. I want to know what queer representation in these areas means to you. You mentioned how much you've worked hard and it's been an uphill battle. What has it meant to you, being that representation now?
Honestly, a friend actually told me this. I used to not, being the first female chef to ever inaugurate a building, and then on top of that, I was the first LGBTQ member to do that out.
An awesome photo of you.
Oh my gosh, look at me go. I used to shy away from it because I wanted just to be normal. I just wanted to fit in. I wanted to be able to get but then I was taught visibility. It's not about me. It's about people that don't feel that we are in these spaces and we don't habitate these spaces. And now it's become almost my mission to show that anyone, regardless if you look different or talk different, if you have the passion, the drive, and purpose, you absolutely have a space at the table. And that's really, really crucial. And that's really at the bottom of what we do at Climate Pledge Arena is visibility, and we've got to have every representation at the table.
That's huge. That's huge. And doing the right thing with your microphone.
100%.
With the megaphone that
you're not wrong.
And you're making awesome food as well, just to be very clear. The food is very good.
With some glitter too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like comedy is a vessel for change that I never really realized early in my career. But now, as I make jokes about my life, my goal is for people to just laugh and laugh and laugh, and then I want them to go back in their cars and realize that I'm making you laugh about very serious topics.
Yes.
And I want you to laugh and then sit back with your partner and say, that's what he's joking about is real, and that's a little messed up, and we should do better by that,
Yes.
and we should start, making some more changes for people who are, doing that. So I really believe that if you can make somebody laugh, you can enter their heart, and that's what I do every day, and it never falls flat on me. I love what I do, and I love being able to be that voice.
And you do a really good job of kind of putting it in there without making the similarities and everyone going, aha, I get it.
Yeah.
And making fun of the things that you think that people would be afraid to say. Like when you said, my husband's name is Morgan, and that can be a little sneaky.
The biggest thing too is I was an elementary school teacher for 10 years, and a lot of my comedy started joking around about what would happen in the classroom, and I'm still such an advocate for educators, specifically LGBTQ plus educators, because being gay in education is still very under wraps, even in places here in Seattle. And to be able to explain my experience as a gay teacher and have people laugh at that and then think critically about that experience, I'll always be an advocate for public education.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Never.
Speaking of advocacy, Joseph, you are kind of a leader in our newsroom.
Wow.
I think, in our
pressure.
company, they turn to you, our hires up turn to you a lot. You are very involved in
I care about these
committees.
issues.
You do, and having that representation in media is so important.
Yes, well, there are a lot of queer people who work in local media. That is not a surprise, but it is sad still that not many of them really get to be out on TV. I mean, if you're a news reporter, you're on TV for a minute and a half, you're not going to say oh, me and my boyfriend are going to go out to dinner later.
Right.
So there's not a lot of opportunities to be out in local media. And I think it is important to show that, we're all out here, and as the millennials and other people get older and take over more responsibilities at companies, New Day did the first ever Pride special that I know of at King 5. And so that was because of you and me working together on this.
Beautiful.
So it's just stuff like that, it matters. Representation matters, obviously.
It
Really,
does.
very much, very
It does. It's so important. Okay, final question. What would you say to your younger self?
I say, you're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling. Go to school with that boa, Miss Thing. Make it happen.
I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you?
I think I would tell myself, just stop caring so much what other people think and just like the things you like. I feel like I've always kind of marched to the beat of my own drummer a little bit, but I more intentionally do it now. And I just wish we could all feel comfortable to be ourselves from day one. So.
I think people see me now and they think I'm just so okay with who I am, but that took so much work. I was actually really in the closet, and I fought really hard against who I was, and I thought people were staring at me because they saw my inner side, but what I realized, they were staring at me because I was so awkward trying to be other things. So I would tell my younger self, lean into who you are, and once I started doing that, my whole life changed. So take that step, but it's shows like this and conversations like that kids are watching where they're like, okay, I think I can do this, and that's so important. And whether you are, a heterosexual person that wants to try something different or whatever the case may be, just be you. Be you. That's it.
I'd also say Seattle awaits.
Yes.
Seattle awaits.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Such great advice. Thank you all for sharing all of that, and for honestly being so vulnerable, because it is scary when you are the first and you are the person standing out there. It takes a lot of vulnerability and strength. So cheers to all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Thank you for being here.